Om Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Paramparasya Prakriteranadhim Ekam Nivishtam Bahudha Guhasu Sarvalayam Sarvacharacharastham Tvameva Vishnum Sharanam Prapadye Satyamiva Jagada Satyam Mula Prakriteridam Kritam Yena Tam Pranipatyopendram Vakshye Paramaartha Saramidam Avyaktadantamabhud Andad Brahma Tatah Praja Sargah Mayamayi Pravrittihi Samhriyatayam Punah Kramashaha Mayamayopyacheta Gunakarana Ganah Karoti Karmani Tadadhisthata Dehi Sachetanaha Apina Karoti Kinchidapi Yadvadachetanamapi Sannikatasthe Brahmake Brahmati Loham Tadvatkarana Samuhas Cheshtati Chidadishtite Dehe Yadvatsavitari Udite Karoti Karmani Jivalokoyam Nachatani Karoti Ravihi Nakarayati Tadvadatmapi. So here the Guru Adi Sesha is now answering the questions which were raised by the Sishya. So if you see the question, Prakritim Purushancha me bruhi, he asked the Shishya. So you can say that's why the Guru is starting with what is this Prakriti, correct? So Prakriti is the one which is appearing as this world. Okay, the world appearance is due to Prakriti, we say. But it looks like it is true, correct? It is something real. Although it is only an appearance, it looks like real. Satyameva Jagad Asatyam Mula Prakriter Idam Kritam. So the Mula Prakriti is the one which has created all this world. Whatever is available as this objective world, it is all created by this Mula Prakriti. And then there was a certain order was given, Avyakta. From that the Brahmanda came, and from that Brahmaji came. Then he created all the beings. And again, but it is all Mayamayi. It's all only like magical appearance. The whole world is only an appearance. And even that the Laya also happens in the reverse order. Okay, this was also said, Samhriyata. So here, Prakriti has been said. Then what about the Purusha? Okay, the Purusha is the one who is there in the Deha. Correct. Once the beings are all there, all the beings have different kinds of Deha, different kinds of bodies, because depending upon you are an animal or a man or a Devata, everybody has their own particular Sharira or Deha. And but the one who indwells in the body, the Dehi, correct, is the one who is aware. The Dehi is the one who is aware of everything which is happening. But that Dehi in Sankhya terminology, that Dehi are the one who indwells in the body is called the Purushaha, who is the consciousness. That Dehi is the one who does not do anything, who is only a witness. Okay, he is so Sachetanaha api na karoti kinchidapi, it was said. So that Chetanaha, the consciousness, the Dehi, does not do anything, does not take part in any activities. Now, what was the analogy given for this? That how can all this Prakriti is doing everything you are saying? But how can Prakriti do anything like that? There is a question. Why? Because Prakriti itself is achetana, we say. It does not have any consciousness or sentiency. That which is insentient, how can it do anything? And that which is sentient, which is conscious, but it is not doing anything, you are saying. Then how does this Prakriti do everything? Even though it is insentient, there is a question. That is why we say in the presence of the Purusha, the Prakriti is active. The Prakriti becomes active, does all the activities. So this Prakriti is itself is made up of the three gunas. Trigunatmika Prakriti, we say. Guna Gunayeshu Vartante, like that even in the Gita Bhagavan says. So there two times guna is there because the gunas only are appearing as the objective world. The gunas themselves also appear as the Indriyas and Manas and all these things are also only from the three gunas of the different Mahabhutas, we say. So, like this, the Guneshu Vartante means, Guneshu means there the objective world, the Vishaya, and Gunaha means they are the Indriyas or the Karana. The Karana and the Vishaya, they are active and they are actually indulging in each other, but and they are doing, here also it is said, Guna Karana Ganaha Karoti Karmani, the group, whatever is the assemblage or the group which is of the Guna and Karana. The instruments and the objects which are all made up of really gunas, they are the ones which are indulging in activity. The Chetanaha, consciousness, the one who is in the indwelling in the body does not do anything. How can we understand this? Means the couple of analogies were given. Again, here one more printing mistake is there. It should be Yadvad Achetanamapi. In the Sanskrit documents, there are few mistakes. So I think even I got confused a little bit last time when I was reading this. It should be Yadvat Achetanamapi. It cannot be Chetanamapi. So Yadvad Achetanamapi Sannikataste Brahmake Brahmati Loham. Loham is Achetanam, correct? The iron filings are not conscious or sentient, but if they are near the Brahmaka, which is the magnet, then they become active. They, they have activity. Like that, this Karana Samuha, all these indriyas, mind, antakarana and indriyas, different indriyas are there. Okay, there are sense organs, there are organs of action, all of them, and there is a prana and manas. All this entire suksma sharira is a karana samuha. So they cheshtati means they cheshtate. It should be there like that. The commentator says it should be atmanepadi, but the parasmaipadi is there cheshtati. He is giving a grammar point because to keep up with this Aaryaa Chandas, okay, the Vritta Bhanga Bayat, he says. But there is a there is a tippani is there note. The one who has written the note does not agree with the commentator. He says, no, that is not correct. Anyway, here it is there. Cheshtati means they indulge in all the activities. They are active in the deha, which is actually having the chaitanyam as the adhishtana. Chaitanya is the one which is available in this body, and it is all this entire body, mind, sense complex is having its locus in the Chaitanya only. It's all located in the Chaitanyam. Okay. Now here another example also was given. Yadvat Savitari Udite. Savitari Udite. When the sun rises, in this world, everybody is doing whatever activity. The lotus blooms, people are doing action, etc. But the sun itself does not do anything, nor does it make anybody to do anything. Okay, nachatani karoti ravihi na karayati tadvad atmapi. So up to this we saw, I think already. Now this first two questions have been answered here. What is Prakriti? What is Purusha? Prakriti is Trigunatmika. Prakriti is the one which is appearing as this entire world right from Brahmaji onwards. And it is the one which is active, but it is not Chetana. Purusha is Chetana, consciousness, but Purusha does not do anything, does not make anybody do anything also. And then your doubt also was answered. In the presence of the Purusha, the Prakriti becomes active even though it is insentient. All this is fine. But still, who is the one who is undergoing samsara? That question is there, correct? The Sishya asked that. If you go back, he is saying, I think in the beginning only he asked. So, Dirghesmin samsare samsarataha kasya kena sambandhaha and all. Okay. And karma shubha shubha phaladam anubhavati nu gatagatehi iha kaha anubhavati. Who is the one who is experiencing the punya papa, etc., the karma phala, and who is the one who is going from one life to another? And what is the sambandha between all this karma and this jiva, the individual? So here, who is the one means that is what is now being answered. Okay, in the next verse. Manasohankara vimurchitasya chaitanya bodhitasyeha purushabhimana sukha dukha bhavana bhavati mudhasya. So here, manasaha ahankara vimurchitasya. Okay, murcha, vimurcha and all normally means somebody faints. There is a meaning like that, very commonly understood. But here, vimurchitasya means there is also a meaning that something which is mixed with, like that there is a meaning is there. Okay, or infused with, we can say. Means this manas by itself or buddhi by itself is achetana, we say. Correct? It is jada. But when the aham buddhi is there in the mind, correct? When it is mixed with the aham buddhi, that means self-identification on the mind and buddhi. Buddhi is the where the self-identification first starts. The I thought, you can say. Whatever we call as I thought, this I thought itself, how did it come? Means it is avichara siddha, we say. It did not come after lot of vichara or analysis and all that. In fact, everybody takes themselves for granted. That is the greatest tragedy. When a child is born, in fact, they say that it doesn't have a well-formed ego. It doesn't have a sense of I also, and is still trying to understand the world, whatever is around. And you can see many times when the child is growing up, it may even refer to itself in the third person because it doesn't have a sense of I. Later on, in fact, that child is foisted with some identification, correct? You are so and so. Everybody teaches who is your mother, who is your father, and all. We keep asking the child. So you give a connection between the child and the parents. And so you are so and so's child, son, daughter, all this identity is formed. So the ego sense is given to the child, and child swallows it without any analysis. And later on in life, all the knowledge you are gaining, correct? What is all this knowledge? The entire your schooling, all the knowledge which you gain is all only objective knowledge about the world. You never think about yourself. Whatever I am considering as I, what is this I? Whether whatever I am taking myself as, is it true or not? Nobody does any analysis of that. In fact, 99% or 99.99% of the people, they are born, they do a lot of things in this world, they gain objective knowledge, they engage in activities in the objective world, they take themselves for granted and die. And again they are born. Okay, that is what is happening. Very few people, they analyze their own experiences. Correct? Pariksha lokan karma chitan nasti akritaha kritena. Like that Upanishad also talks about this. So you examine the world, you examine all your experiences. Then you try to understand what I really want. What I really want is that I want to be unconditionally happy, unqualified happiness I want limitless happiness. But I never seem to get it. I am never satisfied by anything which I achieve in this world. Initially, everything looks great. Once you achieve something, it is no more great. Understand that something is very great only till the time you achieve it. After you have achieved, it is achieved. It is no more great. In fact, your sights have shifted to something else, because whatever you can achieve in the objective world, everything is limited. Everything is karma phala. So whatever you can get from karma phala, having achieved all that and still you are dissatisfied, why am I like this? Is there any any resolution for this? If you start thinking like that, then you have to also analyze whatever you have taken yourself as that I. You have to analyze, who am I? That who am I question is very important. Whether whatever I have taken myself as I, is it real or not? Okay. Now this I sense or ahankara is mixed. Okay. It is along with, in the mind it is there. Correct. The I thought is there. And once it is there, then the I, you have a self-identification with the body mind sense complex comes. Correct. The I, along with the I thought is there in many levels. That is what we call pancha kosha. Many places you are placing the I. You place the I on the body and say I am dark, I am tall, I am short, all these things. Complexes also because of that. Then you place the I on the prana. I am hungry, I am thirsty, all that. All the physiological processes you identify with. You place the I on all the indriyas. I am I am blind, I am deaf. All these things are there. You place the I on the mind, correct? Emotional aspect of the mind. And then you say, I am suffering. I am the enjoyer. I am the sufferer. Then you place the I on the intellectual aspect also. And then what? I am knowledgeable. I am idiot. I am ignorant. All these things are there like this in multiple places. The I gets mixed up. The Atma is getting mixed up with the Anatma, because these things are all Anatma. Already I have told you what is the basic analysis you do and what is the basic principle in Vedanta. The basic principle, simple thing is whatever I know is not I. Hold on to that. That is the only teaching you have to hold on to in Vedanta. Whatever I know, whatever I cognize as an object of my cognition, whatever becomes evident to me is not I. The body becomes evident to me. I know the body means you are not body. I know whatever is happening, all the physiological processes. Therefore, I cannot be identified with all that. I am not that. I know whether my eyes see or they don't see. I know whether my ears hear or they don't hear. Therefore, you are not blind, you are not deaf and all that. It is all ears problem. Whatever is happening in the mind also, I know everything. All my emotions become evident to me. All my thoughts become evident to me. Therefore, I am not the mind also. All my memories also become evident to me. So I am not mano, buddhi, ahankara, chittani. Even the I thought becomes evident to me. That's why the ahankara also is not me. Why I have to say this? Because if you analyze and try to understand what is one's nature, okay, if something should be a nature of something, we say that this fire is of the nature of heat. If we say, means that heat should always be there in fire, correct? It can never go away from the fire. Heat should always be there. Of course, you can constrain the heat, restrain the heat and all that, but the very nature of fire is heat and light, let us say. It is bright and it is hot. That is its very nature. It should never go away from it. So if something is the swarupa of something, means that should always be with that. Now, what is the thing? If you say I, what is my Swarupa? We have to understand, correct? What is there with me always? Means I am a conscious being. That alone is truth. Everything else, you cannot say that this is my Swarupa. Even your individuality, correct? That is what you think is I. That I am an individual, I am the son of so and so, I am the husband or wife of so and so, grandson of so and so, I am the employee of this company, I am the citizen of this country. So many things are there, all these identities. All those identities are not your Swarupa, they are not your nature. Why? Because they are not there with you all the time. Simple, you analyze your own experience, the three states of experience everybody undergoes: waking, dream, deep sleep. In waking, you have all these identities. I am a son, I am a daughter, I am employee, I am citizen, all that. Correct? I am a human being. You can have multiple levels of identities. But all these identities are based on the body mind sense complex only, correct? They are all something known to you. It is not really I. Even further, what about the I thought? I as an individual, the thought I, even that is not there always. Because in deep sleep there is no I thought, but I am there, correct? I as a conscious entity, I am there. That's why I have continuity of experience. I am the one who is awake. I am dreaming. I slept. I slept very well. I get up. So the I is anusyuta, we say, correct? I continues through all the states of experience. I am there always. Whether the I thought is there or not, I am there, correct? Because I have to be there even to know whether I thought was there or not. That is the beauty of I. That I, what is its nature means it is conscious. It is the one to which everything becomes evident. If nothing is there, nothing becomes evident also. That also becomes evident to you. That I did not know anything, any particular thing I did not know in deep sleep. That also you can recollect later because that also became evident to you that nothing was there to know. Also becomes evident to you only. You are that consciousness who is conscious always. That Swarupa never leaves you. But your individuality is there only in waking. Understand? You can be a king in waking. That individuality goes in dream, you become a beggar. So neither beggar is real nor king is real. Understand that. You are a human being in waking. In dream, I don't know, you can become an animal also. It is possible, I think. Some people may dream like that. I don't know. You can recollect and tell me whether anybody had dreams like that. Or you become a deva. Why should I make you an animal? In waking, you are a human being. In dream, you become Indra, Chandra, whatever. We have all heard our stories from Puranas, Itihasas. So you become a Gandharva, let us say. So your individuality keeps changing between waking and dream. And in deep sleep, nothing is there. Even space-time is not there. But I am there always. Correct? Through in and through all the states of experience, I as a conscious entity, I am there. That alone is my nature. Understand that. The subject-object division itself is not my nature. It's not part of me really. That is something appears in me. It keeps changing and it also resolves in me. Correct? This entire space-time, the world, everything appears in me. It is sustained by me. It resolves into me. That is the vision. That is the Vedantic vision. That is me really. But unfortunately, that great me, I get entangled in one body, mind, sense complex. That is samsara. Correct? You get mixed up. That is what he is saying here. Manasaha ankara vimurchitasya chaitanya bodhitasya iha. Iha. Iha means what is this iha? Here. Means here only was described before that this entire world, objective world is here. Here in the mind, which again so many minds are there, so many bodies, so many sukshma shariras are there. In that, whatever gets entangled or mixed up as ahankara. There is a Purusha Abhimana is there, correct? Now, once you become an individual, then you are identifying with a particular body, mind, sense complex. Means that identity is there as a person. Purusha Abhimana, Sukha Dukkha Bhavana, Bhavati Mudhasya. Okay. So, even though you are Chaitanya, but once that Chaitanya, Shuddha Chaitanya becomes mixed up with Ahankara and mind, correct? Then what? Then it is deluded only. It is Muda only. That itself is delusion, ignorance. And then what? Sukha Dukkha, you cannot avoid. Because once you are an individual, you are a limited individual in space time. You are so small, puny, the world is so large. It will get you, correct? You may try to become big. You may you may like to show yourself as you are somebody great, you can control everything and all that. Nothing is true. One mosquito is good enough, one virus is good enough. Correct? You can't do anything. You may be the greatest man in the world, powerful, one virus which you cannot even see, it will get you. What are you going to do? So you have sukha and dukkha. Sukha dukkha bhavana bhavati for the mudha. Mudasya sukha dukkha bhavana bhavati. What kind of muda? For one for whom the mind, wherever the mind is there, mind means here we have to add everything else also. It's the entire Karyakarana Sanghata. The body, mind, sense complex. There, the I, one who has the identity, self-identification with the body, mind, sense complex, even though you are consciousness, correct? You are pure consciousness really. But then between the anatma and the atma, there is a tadatmya is there in Sanskritam we say. Tadatmya means what? Atmiyam means identification, identity. Tadatmyam means what? Identity with that. Actually, identity should be only with self. That is always that, correct? I am I, that is that it should be. But Tadatmyam word itself is very interesting. You have an Atmyam on Tat, correct? That's where Tadatmyam word has come from that. Tad Atma and then the bhava of that is Tadatmya. So how can there be any Atmyam in Tat? That itself is a contradiction, I think. But there is Tadatmya is there. So this is why, this is what we call Adhyasa. Anyonyasmin, Anyonya Dharma, etc. Bhashyakara starts the Brahma Sutra Bhashya with this Adhyasa Bhashya only as the introduction. Now you can ask, how can this be there? Means nobody can answer that. It is not logically, you cannot understand it. Understand? There is no logical explanation you cannot give. Even Bhashyakara himself, that's why he says it is like Tamah Prakasha with Viruddha Swabhava is there. Between Atma and Anatma, between I and this, there is no even similarity. They are all opposed to each other. But still, the I is taken as this is taken as I. Each other's qualities are mixed up. And then suffering. When did it start? Means Naisargikoyam Loka Vyavaharaha. It did not, you cannot say when it started. That's why. Because any ignorance starts when, means if I ask if I ask you, do you know Chinese? What will you say? Most of you may not know Chinese. I assume that. Then if I ask, when did the Chinese ignorance start? Means can you give any date? Ignorance never starts, correct? Ignorance is there. Like that, self-ignorance is the any adhyasa or superimposition, etc. presupposes ignorance of the adhisthana. Correct? Wherever the appearance of adhyasa is there, wherever the appearance is there, the locus is not known correctly, properly. Improper knowledge of the locus only leads to the superimposition of something else, like snake on rope, etc. This is a very standard example we give, correct? Similarly, the self-ignorance is there. That's why you take yourself as the body, mind, sense complex and all that, and you are suffering. But you cannot say, when did it start? No, you cannot ask that because it is there. Again, you may ask, logically it is not possible, means yes, I agree. But still it is there, correct? The problem is there. Don't now go with logic and all that. You are suffering, correct? You want to get rid of suffering. Then try to gain self-knowledge. That is what we say. If you say, no, I don't have any suffering, all this adhyasa and all this nonsense, I don't have any problem, means well and good, then enjoy. If you don't have any problem, then you don't have to come to Vedanta. Who is the one who is doing Vedanta Vichara? Means only the one who has the problem will do, correct? If you say that you have a problem, then you go to a guru. Guru will teach you, even though the guru does not see any problem. In fact, guru is very happy if you say you don't have any problem. Then guru need not even teach, correct? Come sit. That's it. Enjoy yourself. So here, this is what is happening. Manasaha ahankara vimurchitasya chaitanya bodhitasya iha purusha abhimana sukha dukkha bhavana bhavati mudasya. So this is where our guru here, Adi Sesha, is answering the question. Kaha anubhavati means the purusha or the Shuddha Chaitanya cannot have any problem or any anubhava, or it does not do anything. The mind also and all the body mind sense complex, it is all achetana. It cannot have any anubhava or samsara or anything. Then who has this means? Only the ahankara which is there, correct? The self-identification with this, whoever identifies with the body mind sense complex, that identification means it is an appearance. That itself, that's why we call it as a abhasa and all it is said, or pratibimba. These examples are given. But one thing is, don't take those things also literally. If you take this abhasa means you can say a semblance or a distortion. Pratibimba means it is a reflection. Okay, or you can even say it is a manifestation. Okay, like the space manifests in a pot, correct? That is a pot space, we say. Or conditioned space also you can say. These are all different words used in English, or limited also sometimes, paricheda. So that the space appears as though it is limited by a pot. Even though space is limitless, it is indivisible. In fact, pot is in space really. But still, we say that there is a pot space. Like that, the Chaitanya is limitless. That means it cannot get reflected really. Or in the Veda also, there is something called a Pravesha Shruti. Okay, so when here Adisesha is saying Ahankara Vimurchitasya means basically he is talking about the Pravesha only. So Anena Jivena Atmana Anupravesha, like that. The Chandogya Upanishad says, or Sa Iha Pravishtaha, like that Brihadaranyaka says. Or in the Taitriya also it is there. Tat Srishtva Tadeva Nupravishat. Like that in different Shrutis. The Chaitanya only created everything. Brahman created everything and entered its own creation, it is said. And what is this entry? In fact, in the Shankara Bhashya, in the commentaries, what Adi Shankara has written, he has done extensive analysis of what is this entry about. Because entry is possible only for a limited being present in one place and not present in another place, correct? Then only you can enter that. You are outside a room, let us say, and you entered the room. Means you should not be there in the room already and you are outside the room. Then entry is possible. But then Brahman is not like that. Brahman is Vibhu. all pervasive. How can it enter anywhere? Because it is already there everywhere. Similarly, even he takes, let us say it entered as though it is a reflection is entering the reflecting media, correct? Sun is there, but you can say sun entered the mirror, let us say. Is it like that? Means he says it is not like that also. Reflection also is possible only with, there should be a reflecting medium separately from the reflected entity, correct? And there is some difference between them, and then one enters the other and all, you can say. Even that is not really possible in the case of Brahman. But finally what he says, reflection vat, abhasa vat, pratibimba vat, that vat is very important. But finally what is the meaning of this Pravesha means, Bhashyakara says, whoever has entered somewhere, they are available there, correct? Availability, upalabdhi sthanam, like that he gives the meaning. So if Brahman alone is Chaitanyam, who undergoes this samsara means only a conscious entity can undergo sukha, dukha, etc. Correct? Samsarati, we can say. So in one way we say Brahman alone has to then undergo. Brahman alone has ignorance. Brahman alone gains this knowledge and becomes Brahman again. Being Brahman, being itself, it undergoes samsara, it gains knowledge, and again it is Brahman alone. Whatever it was there, it is continuing as it is. That's all we can say. But that Brahman, in reality, it is not undergoing anything. It is all again, even this it's only an appearance. Even the samsara itself is up. That's why that's the reason why it can go away also. Understand that. If samsara is real, it can never go away. If your problem is real, there is no solution. If the problem is unreal, then you can ask, then why I don't even need the solution. That is correct. But you should still know that the problem is unreal, correct? That is the only solution then. To know the problem itself is not really there, that means the problem was ignorance. You thought you have a problem. You ignorantly thought that you have a problem. Then you have to have the knowledge that I don't have any problem really. That's all we are saying. Even before the problem, you are the same. With the problem also, you are the same. Even after the problem is resolved also, you are the same. Nothing changes. In fact, really, you are always the same conscious entity whose nature never changes. But all these problems are there because there is a mix-up. There is an ignorance. So it is like I have my glasses like this and I forget. And I am searching for my glasses all the time. Now what? The loss of the glasses or whatever the spectacles is purely due to ignorance. The loss is due to, or the distance between me and my spectacle, there is no physical distance. It is still there in my head. But the ignorance is the one which causes vyavadhana. In Sanskritam, we use the word vyavadhana. Vyavadhana means separation or the or whatever the distinctness. That separation between me and my glasses is purely ignorance created. There is no real separation. And once somebody points out, hey, it is already there on your head, means I was already the one with the glasses. I lost the glass because of ignorance. I gained it due to knowledge. But I am still the same person with the glasses. So this experience we have also had. So that is how it is. This ahankara vimurchitasya chaitanyasya mudasya means you are deluded to think that I am only occupying one particular body mind sense complex, and then that means you become limited, and due to your own limitation you are undergoing all sorts of problems. And what he says, karta bhokta drashtasmi कर्मणाम् उत्तमादीनाम् इति तत्स्वभाव विमलः अभिमन्यते सर्वगहाप्यात्मा सर्वगोप्यात्मा. Okay, so now what is the what is the result of this mixing up of the self and the whatever mind, etc. Correct. Atma and the Dehatma Sanghata, when they get mixed up, there is Adhyasa, Atma, Anatma, Adhyasa is there, self-identification is there in all these Pancha Koshas. What happens then means you take yourself as the Karta Bhokta, I am the doer. Instead of the Prakriti being the doer, it is I am the doer, I am the enjoyer, I am the seer, Drashtasmi, Bhoktasmi, Kartasmi. And again, what Karmanam Uttamadinam means whatever may be the karma, whether it is good or bad, whether it is Vaidika karma or Laukika karma or even Nishiddha karma, let us say, that which is to be done, but that which should not be done, that which is forbidden, that which is optional, whatever kind it may be, all kinds of karma, you take yourself as karta. Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate, like that even in the Gita Bhagavan says, correct. In reality, also he says in the 5th chapter, he says, correct. He says, Navadware pure dehi naiva kurvanna karayan and all that. This Atma is sitting in this fort, which is having 9 entrances, like the body has 9 orifices, we have to say, correct, in English. So 9 holes or whatever you can say. In that, this Atma is sitting. This is like a fort, but it doesn't do anything. It is well. Puri Shayanat Purushaha also we say. One derivation of the word Purushaha is that the one who is there, one who is existing in the fort with 9 doors, 9 gates. Puri Shayanat Purushaha. That Purusha does not do anything. Naiva Kurvan na Karyan. Does not do anything, does not make anything to be done also. Just the presence is there. It is present. But then Ahankara Vimudatma Kartaham iti manyate. But once the self-identification is there, you take yourself as Karta, Bhokta. Again, you identify with different organs and their functions and say that you are functioning like that. Correct? I am the seer, I am the hearer. Once it becomes I am the seer, then I am blind. I am the hearer means I am deaf also, it is possible then. I am the intellect means then I am knowledgeable, I am idiot, I am ignorant. So wherever the self-identification is there, the function of that becomes your function in fact. And it may be good, bad, etc. That doesn't matter. Karmanam uttamadinam api iti tat swabhava vimalaha abhimanyate. Atma. Atma abhimanyate. In reality, what? Your swabhava is untainted, untouched. Vimalaha. So, vigata malaha. Vimalaha. Now, here one important thing is Atma, when we say it is pure, Shuddha or Vimalaha and all these things, it is not that, see, it is not like like your some patram. Every day we use Panchapatra to do Sandhyavandanam, let us say. It is a vessel, copper vessel. But copper vessel means, you keep it for 2 days, it will have a certain color. Then you put some tamarind, etc. and clean it, it becomes very bright. Correct? Means a copper vessel is subjected to impurity. It can become tainted very easily. Then you purify it. Then you say it is a pure copper, shining. Is Atma like that? Means no, Atma can never be tainted. That is the purity we are talking about. When we talk of Atma, Atma is something, when we say it is Shuddha, it can never be subjected to any impurity at all. It can never become impure. But still, that impurity is purely ignorance. Understand that it's only an appearance, correct? It is all adhyasa again. Adhyasika impurity is there, and adhyasika purity also you have to have that. So, swabhava is vimala. Its very nature is pure consciousness alone, and it is all pervasive. Sarvagaha api, still this Atma only thinks that I am Karta, Bhokta, I am only occupying one particular body, mind, sense complex, and I am doing something great, I am doing something bad, I am doing something whatever I have to do, etc. That is the problem. Again, logically, it is not possible, you may say, but it is there, correct? The problem is already there. It is everybody's experience. It is loka vyavahara. That's why Bhashyakara says, Naisargika loka vyavahara. This never started, in the sense that it is always there. It did not start at some particular point and all. We don't know when it began. Means it is there like this only. And therefore, that is how it is. This Adhyasa, Tadatmya is there. And because of that alone, all suffering, you take yourself as a limited individual doing things and then enjoying the results of your own action. So this question also now he has answered. Okay, Kaha Anubhavati means this is the answer for that. In one way you have to say that Atma alone Anubhavati. But Atma by itself cannot do or enjoy anything. So whatever the Atma which manifests in the mind, in the intellect, and then further it identifies with a particular body, etc. That is the one alone which is doing, which is enjoying, we have to say. So that is the answer for this. Again, this manifestation is like a pratibimba. It is, you cannot really say that it is a pratibimba and all that. Then you will ask, how can this Brahman, this Atma which is infinite, which is consciousness, reflect anywhere, etc. So it is not like a real reflection also, but it is there. It appears like that. And that's all we can say. Even though it is all pervading and it is pure by nature, it appears in this manner and takes itself as karta bhokta and becomes deluded, and it is doing all these things. And some more analogies are given for you to assimilate this, that we'll see in the next class. Om Purnamadaഃ Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.
धन्यवाद गुरुजी.
Om.